let's talk about customer satisfaction for a minute. Okay, so if I use some airlines here, and I say this is the airline industry, and on the right we have employee motivation on a scale from 20 to 40, and then we have customer satisfaction on a scale going from, at this point on the graph, from 58 up to 80%, right? So if we look at any of those four dots, if we look at the lowest one here, we have a customer satisfaction of about 50, about 60, let's say, and an employee motivation only at about 22, right? This one, we have an employee motivation about 22, 23, customer satisfaction about 65%. Compared to all the way up here, we have customer satisfaction about 78%, employee motivation about 38. Which airline do you think is in this top one here? Is this American, Delta, Southwest, or United? Who do you think is up there?
Pre-pandemic, I would have said Southwest, but I'm not so positive now with flying with them.
Well, you know what? You're correct.
Right,
It's
yeah.
South, right? And yes, they have made some changes in this last year or so. They've altered strategy just a little bit. But if we look at Southwest and we say, you know, how could they have the highest customer satisfaction? I mean, American, Delta, and United, they offer first class seating. They offer meals on the plane sometimes. They offer lounges in the airports. Like, they have so many things more geared towards customers than Southwest does. But yet Southwest has a lot of employee motivation. And if you look at a lot of Southwest advertising, you could see that, right? They always have their employees in their ads, and their employees are smiling. They're having fun, right? You ever get on a Southwest plane and listen to the initial stewardess briefing? They make them up. Each one is different, and the employees are allowed to change that. They're allowed to use adaptive performance and say, hey, these are the points you have to make, but however you want to talk about it, go ahead. You could change the script. You don't have to stick to it. Or you get on American Airlines and they play a video. They don't even talk to me, right? So I'm watching the video and it's the same every time, right? So we have low employee motivation, which is leading to lower customer satisfaction. Excellent, Devlin. And here's another one for you. If we look at supermarkets, right, we could say, who do you think might be in these top two positions? Do you think it's Albertsons, Kroger, Safeway, Trader Joe's, or Whole Foods?
I would say Whole Foods.
Yeah, if we look at it, you have Whole Foods and
Trader
Trader Joe's in those top two positions. And if you ever go in those stores and talk to the employees are happy. They're smiling. They're enjoying what they're doing. They're usually people that are in the health food industry, and they're very educated in that. You could ask them a question and they usually have the answers. Whereas Kroger, Safeway, and Albertson, a lot of times they're just there to stock the shelves, and they can tell you where to find an item, right? They're okay with that. Oh yeah, that's an aisle 5, but that's about the extent of where they go. They're not emotionally connected to the company like they are in Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. Okay, now they all get a paycheck, right? So clearly it's not the pay, the indirect motives that are motivating them. It has to be the direct motives of that we were talking about earlier, of play, of being aligned with my core values.